Hey everybody, this is World War Guy here today, and today I kind of just want to show that although collecting military has become a hobby where plenty of people come in and prices have gone up in the past few years, this video shows that you can still find great deals out there, as with these examples that I have in front of you today. Now, of course, these won't happen every single time. You really do have to just keep an eye open, and something will come along. But for the most part, a lot of military is going to be retail value, expensive things, hard to resell if that's what we're interested in. But I do want to show for anyone that there's still hope to find those great deals that you hear people are getting back in the good old days, I guess, the 70s and 80s. Maybe not as great as those deals, but still pretty good that you feel good about yourself buying these items. So I got plenty of items in front of you. Just kind of show what I paid for, what its expected value is, and everything. So let's begin. Let's start with the bayonet right here. Now this is a simple M1 Grand bayonet or M1 bayonet. You can see the scabbard has been painted or some sort, and part of the Bakelite grip is cracked. You say it's not too bad. I only paid $25 for this, so already that's a pretty good deal for it. But what I didn't realize until after, so it's a 1942 dated bayonet, but if you can tell, so you guys can see that, this is actually a cut down bayonet. So it used to be 16 inches long, but then they cut it down to the 10 inches. So that already brings up the value. So again, I paid $25 for it. It could probably go for around $100+. Great deal. Right here is a World War I German canteen. It's not in the best condition, I will admit. The cover at some point was sewn. There should have been snaps here. The cap is cracked. You can see there, it's like a whole chunk is missing. And then the inside of the canteen is pretty rusted. But either way, these things still go for a good amount of money. This won't be about $100 worth, and I only paid about, I think, like 20 euros, so was that like about $25? So it's still a pretty good deal, World War I, pre-World War I German canteen. Sticking with canteens, here is actually a set of canteens. So you see we have a canteen, the flask, and we have a canteen and the cover. I bought these as one. I only paid about, I think, $20 for them. And it was like, okay, that's not a terrible deal at all. The cover is dated 1943, and then it's in great condition considering some of these canteens, you can see there's dry rot and they're just not in the best condition. Then the canteen inside is dated 1918. You probably can't see that, so you'll have to take my word for it. It's a 1918 dated canteen, but again, the canteen's in good condition. Then the other canteen that I got with it, and I didn't even realize this on the picture, it was just pure luck. It is a pre-World War I spun canteen. So you can see there's no weld on either side. So these are pre-1918, post-1910. These are not like the first variants of this canteen. But still, these canteens alone go, I don't know exactly how much, but the spun, undated ones go for more than, $20, of course. They can easily go for, I would argue, $50 around that area, give or take. So if this alone costs $50 and I paid $20 for both, this is just, pure profit. This is some profit. A great deal. Let's go with this. So right here, I got this in Belgium. So of course, some deals you're going to find, you're going to find better deals in Europe, and you're going to find some better deals in the United States. It really depends on what the item is, who's selling it, when they're selling it, So of course, take that into consideration. But here we have a World War II British gas mask bag with gas mask filter in it. The gas mask and filter are in great condition considering their age. There's no holes. The leather is still supple, or the rubber, I should say. Great condition. The bag, there's some, you can't see it here, but there's some splotches of paint here and there. Not a big deal. The bag is dated 1943. The mask is dated 1942, it appears. And I paid 50 euros for this, so that's what, $55, $60 for it. So I don't know British gas masks, that much. World War II, how much they go for. Some of you might be saying, oh, that's retail value. That's not a great deal. You're right. That might not be a great deal, but and I noticed this when buying it, but I wasn't sure what it is, and it wasn't until I got home that I took it out. This was in it. It is a original World War II gas brassard. So these are, think of a D-Day Normandy, those weird things that have on their arms. This is what it is. And I've asked collectors online. All of them believe that this is an original one. And originals, these alone go for $200 to $300. So I paid $60 for all of this, while this alone is worth $200 to $300. So that's a great deal, if you ask me. All right, now let's get to this big boy here, because he's kind of in the way. This is a German Afrika Korps, or Afrika Korps tropical rucksack. You can tell because it's all canvas construction. There's no leather whatsoever. Pretty good condition. If I remember correctly, it's a 1942 or 1943 dated. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but it's 1942, 1943 date. I got this in Belgium. In Belgium, a lot of German stuff is cheaper just because the war happened in Europe, so there's more of German stuff there. Makes sense. I got this for, I think, around $80. It's not terrible, but they go for about $120. So not a great profit, but still, considering that I could be wrong, the price might be worth more than $120. It's still a great deal because Afrika Korps stuff is very desirable, just because there's less of it than continental items, and this is in very good condition, honestly. So I'm very happy to have this. All right, let me make some space just for myself. All right, now I have some more room. Now, for the last group, I guess you could say, are going to be these two helmets. Now, you guys have probably seen these helmets multiple times in videos and discussions and so on. That's because, it's worth it. These two helmets, a World War II M42 German helmet with hair decal and partial, or I guess liner band, and a M1917A1 Doughboy helmet with the 89th Division markings for the artillery regiment. Someone etched in the city of Phoenix in there, and a complete liner. Two great helmets. Both of them I paid $550. Now that's a big price. Don't get me wrong, $550 is not pocket change at all. But what makes this a great deal is that both of them together cost me $550. This German helmet alone could easily go for $500 to $600 in that range. So I basically, if I were to sell this, I could sell this off, make my money back, and then this helmet here, which could go for, I think, around $200. I'm not entirely sure, so correct me if I'm wrong or just roll your eyes. But this helmet alone could go for about $200, so that's a good deal. If I were to buy these separate from a collector, I'd probably be spending up to maybe $800. So it's a pretty good deal if you ask me. So you're seeing this like, wow, World War guys so lucky and everything. And yeah, I am lucky. With these items, I am lucky. And unfortunately, in the world of collecting now, to get great deals like this, you kind of have to be lucky. You can be lucky, whether the seller just doesn't really know what they have. They may think that, I don't know, this canteen's a basic canteen, $5. Or the Bayonet, the seller didn't really realize what they had, so $25, they're happy with it. Sometimes the seller just doesn't really know. Other times with the gas brassard, the seller just doesn't realize this is in the bag. They just didn't look through the bag and missed out on a hefty profit there. Or sometimes the seller just doesn't really care. They're like, hey, I just want to get rid of this. I'll give you a good deal. Take it for X amount of money. And they know, they know that they're not selling it for full retail value, but they just kind of want to get rid of it. So there are deals out there, but you do have to look for them. Of course, this day and age, people realize that Militaria can go for a lot of money. More people are getting into the hobby, which is great, but of course prices skyrocket because of it. Kind of like with Milsub rifles. These old rifles go for hundreds of dollars, while back in, I don't know, the 80s, people said they'd pay a couple dollars for them. So of course, that's just the nature of the hobby. I still think it's fun. I still, partake in it, obviously. Yeah, so don't be discouraged. If you're not finding any good deals, don't worry. I didn't find any good deals when I started because I just didn't know where to look. I didn't look hard enough. And eventually they kind of just start happening. You start finding these great deals. And of course, great deals, if it's something you want, hop on it, because like I said, you're not going to find great deals every day. So instead of continuing this video, making it longer here, making you listen to my voice any longer, we're going to end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned. I hope you guys have are more hopeful to find great deals. If you are, drop a like, write a comment, share some great deals you guys got. I want to see what great deals are still out there from other people. But share and subscribe. But besides that, you guys have a great day.